Alright, I'm going to replace the headlights on this '06 Altima. I'm going to start on the passenger side here. And these are the dims, but I'll show you how to do the brights too. So your dims are going to be here, brights in the center. First, you need to remove this radiator coolant reservoir. Take the two 10mm bolts out that hold it in place. Pull it up, route that wire around your washer fluid there. Set it off to the side. And you have to untwist this towards the center of the car, like that. And then it'll pop out. Now for the high beams, you just, it's a little difficult to show here. Grab it, twist it towards the car, or towards the center of the car. Shit. And it'll just pop out like that. You put it back in. Well, if you're changing it, it'll just unplug here. You push this tab down while pulling back on that, and it'll unplug the whole thing. You put your new one on, stick it back in the hole, turn it back towards the center until you get the notches lined up, turn it towards the outside of the car to lock it. But for the low beams down in there is those little metal tangs there pushing against the bulb you need to pull out. So you need to get a short stubby screwdriver in there, Phillips. Take that Phillips screw out there. It'll take that bracket and little plate off with those arms that are holding the light in place. And you'll also need to unplug that little white coupler. Alright, so got it loose. Have fun trying not to drop that. So I'm going to pull that out of there. What a nightmare. Well, I dropped my little screw, but I think the cup caught it. You know, I'm going to use two hands on this. So yeah, there's my screw in that little bracket, so I don't lose any of these pieces. So you see that bulb's free now, so let me get this stuff out of here. Okay, yeah, everything just fell right out. It's got to be the stupidest headlight thing I've ever seen. So good thing I'm recording so we can see how this piece goes back in here, otherwise it's going to be a puzzle. So yeah, you got to be careful not to drop any of this crap. It just fell right out. So there's the old bulb. And then that piece right there, it just goes over top of the bulb. You insert the bulb first. You can see there's a little hole there, a little notch. Okay. If I can freaking zoom. Right there. And the bulb's gonna line up. So he's got the, if I can focus, two little nubs there that line up with those holes when you reinstall it like that. This is how this goes back in, okay? That's your top, and that little tang there pushes against it. It goes in like this. And the little plate, let me find it here, goes over top of it. Alright, I rewatched the video. So the bottom part is slightly narrower, so it doesn't go like this. It goes with the narrower end facing down, and that plate is going to go over top of this piece like that. Do yourself a favor, unplug that other damn wire to this stupid piece. Goes over the top. Your bulb goes in like that. You gotta line those little nubs up. It goes over like that, okay? Because I couldn't get it to sit there because the damn wire kept pulling it back out. So it was impossible for me to hold this in place at the same time that I try to line that bullshit contraption up. So now I can stick this damn thing in here. Hopefully it'll stay in place. Then I can carefully situate the other shit over top of it and screw it down. This thing is retarded. Okay, barely sitting there. Keeps wanting to fall out. I got it to sit there for a second. Now I gotta try to take this crap. Like this. Notch at the top. Goes like that. Try to line it up or over it. Keep pressure against it and get my screwdriver on at the same time. And like I said, you need a short nubbing one. I can't find mine. I'm making do with that barely. Well, that was fun. Still got to do the other side. Alright, new day, driver's side. We're going to need to get all this intake duct work out of the way so we can get our hands down in here to get these bulbs out. But it looks like there'll be more room on this side once we get this stuff out of the way than there was over there. Maybe, we'll see. Either way, this got to come out. I'm going to move this whole box, which means I need to unplug the mass airflow sensor. I'm going to detach it here, remove the whole box. So since I'm doing that, I'm going to disconnect the negative cable off of the battery because sometimes, at least on our Toyota, some cars, when you disconnect and reconnect the battery, sometimes it'll short out the mass airflow sensors, and those are expensive to replace. I don't know if that's an issue on this Nissan, but I'm going to do it anyways, just out of good measure. On a Corolla we had, actually fried one doing that. Apparently the surge with the mass airflow sensor being plugged in, the surge from reconnecting the battery fries them. So some of them are really sensitive, so it's better to unplug the mass airflow sensor, then disconnect the battery, reconnect the battery, then plug in the mass airflow sensor. Alright, battery disconnected. Make sure this doesn't bounce back up and make contact. Got her unplugged. So I got to take this screw out to loosen the hose clamp. There's a couple mounting bolts. Maybe just one. Yeah, it looks like just that one holding it. And then we got to pop out these plastic clips to pull this piece out. It may just detach from here actually. We'll just pull the box out first. Let me loosen this and get that bolt out and see if I can get it out. Yeah, it's really tight and not wanting to come out, so I'm going to go ahead and remove this as well. So these you just kind of, and these may break. The plastic becomes brittle and fragile, so you pull the center pin up and then it'll come out like that. Do them all the same. Alright, as long as that's unplugged, it doesn't really matter if you make contact again or not. But so this will pull out now. Okay, so now I can pop that out. So on the bottom of this, oh, we're still hung up there. I gotta pop that out. On the bottom of this, there's these little feet here. Okay, and they pop into these rubber grommets. So you gotta yank up on it pretty hard to pop them out of there, but that's all that's holding it in there. That one bolt I pulled out, and it's gonna feel like it's still attached because it is by these, but they just pop out. Okay, there's no bolt holding it in. So yeah, now we have way more room, so this side's gonna be way easier. Take note of this too. Your box, when you put the air box back in, you're gonna have to line that up on top of these rubber grommets. So again, the high beam, it's just gonna be a twist like that. You unclip it and then replace the whole thing. Turn signal, low beams. So this one I noticed just kept spinning. So I don't know if it's broke or what, but there we go. So same contraption. So now that I have room, I might be able to show you. So positive, the red, ooh, this one's already like, yeah, it's falling apart on me. Positive red goes to the bulb, negative black goes to the little spacer thing. This thing just fell apart on me. Well, if I could get the camera where it needs to be. So that little, remember that little arm holds on top of the bulb, and then locks right here. But that little top piece is what fell. Now I gotta find a damn thing that goes over top of this. Probably fell all the way down there into the bumper. Well, I was gonna show all that, but it's already falling apart. Well, that was fun. So that little piece that fell, yeah, here it is. It went inside my headlight assembly and I couldn't get to it, so I had to take the whole headlight out and dump it out. And you know, I was noticing when I was taking this apart, it smelled really stinky, like burnt plastic. And you can see that it is burnt plastic. Okay, something was going on here, and this thing's all burnt looking. So that's how that goes. Now see, this side's different. The negative goes on here. On the other side, it went on the little tab piece. This is really, see, the other one goes on the little tab piece, the little plate that goes over top of the bulb. There's no tang on that bottom bracket for the negative. But on this side, there is. I paid close attention. I pulled it right off of there, the negative. So on this side, you put it on there. On the other side, you put it on that little tang thing, the little plate that goes over top of the bulb. Now I'm trying to figure out what the hell this is for. It's obviously bent. Looks, I don't even, shit. Jeez. I don't even know what the hell this is for, where it would go. I'm thinking that, yeah, it probably, I really don't know. Check the footage, I guess. So I'm honestly not sure what this little contraption here is. It's not broke, it's complete. I was trying to figure out how it went in there some way. Latched around this. I don't know. I just don't see where it could have went. I don't think it's necessary. I did find out why this was shorting out. Okay, so it goes on like that. Goes down like that. That holds tension against it. You clip it around here. Okay, so that's supposed to hold tension on that. If you look closely enough, see how it's all burnt? But you can see where it was coming from was this. Okay, so basically this little arm that's supposed to hold tension on there was bouncing around on it. So every time it would bounce off and then remake contact, it was shorting out. And that's because this is loose. It's not real tight. See how that's wiggling? So basically every time you hit a bump and a pothole, this whole thing is just bouncing around. See that? It's supposed to hold it nice and tight. So because that was in and out of contact, that's why it was doing what it was doing. This isn't necessary. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to rebend this piece so that there's tension on it again. I'm going to bend this arm back so that it puts tension against this like it's supposed to. And on the other side, this part made tension too, but I don't see where it's shorting out because of that. I think it'll be too... Let me start with this side and see what we come up with. I'm going to take this screw out if I have to, bend this arm down, but I might just be able to, yeah, flip it up. I'm going to bend this down to get tension back on that. Alright, so I bent it a little bit. So now there's tension on this side. But on the other side, there was tension from both arms. See how this side's still... See, that side's nice and tight because I got tension on it. But now this side's loose and could cause the same issue. So I'm going to have to try to bend this arm down too, to where it puts tension on both sides like it's supposed to. Alright, it's tight on this side again. I suppose the other option you could do, if you're satisfied with that, which I don't think it's going anywhere, okay? It's under tension. I can feel it spring back. You could just wrap this elbow in some electrical tape. That way if it bounces and makes contact, it's not going to arc and spark and all that crap. But I'm going to see if I can bend that out with my needle nose. If not, that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, I don't think that's going to work, because any part of this, I bend further that way. When you go to hook it, it's going to take tension off of it here. So if I get it to go further that way, then I'm losing tension. So I'm just going to wrap this in some electrical tape, because it's, well, if I can get my damn bulb lined up right, it's holding that with plenty enough tension. And actually, I'm going to wrap it up with enough so it presses against it like that, and it's going to provide even more tension. Alright, so that's what I came up with. See, it's tight. And make sure you're careful when you're taping this, not to bend this up too much. From the tension I was putting on it trying to wrap the tape, I bent mine up a little bit and I had to reshape this again, and it started getting really soft on me, so you don't want that. So be careful with it while you're taping it. Try not to bend it up too much, because that metal's really weak. Bend it back and forth a few times and it's gonna snap. I know it's hard to tell in the sunlight, but see, it's on. I didn't put it back in yet. Make sure. So even with that tape on there, it works just fine. In case you guys were worried about that, and the tape's not going to affect it at all at long. So I'm going to go ahead and throw my new bulb in while it's out, so I got all that room, but you should understand how it works by now. Pop that off. Take the positive and negative out. You've seen how all that routes. You know, that's how the clip goes on. I had to fix mine a little bit with the tape because the tension was bad. Don't need that stupid little piece that fell off wherever the hell that went. So that's how you do it. Then don't forget to reconnect your battery. Plug your mass airflow sensor back in once you get your air box back in. And like I said, you're gonna have to line this up and these little nubs here that go in these rubber grommets, and your one bolt right here that bolts that side of the box down. So hopefully that helps you out, especially if you end up having a nightmare headache like I did. That piece didn't even matter, so if your little piece there falls off inside the headlight like mine, don't waste your time pulling it out like that. Thanks for watching. Hit the like button for me, leave me a comment, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. Catch you guys next time.